Let's talk about Angie. Angie! Oh, Angie! Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. And they've made it easier than ever to tackle home projects. Their nationwide network has experts in everything from plumbing and landscaping to roofing, remodels, and more. You can read verified reviews and request and compare notes to find your best price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to get the job done well. Download the Angie app today or visit ANGI.com.
Courage. I learned it from my adoptive mom. Hold my hand.
You hold my hand.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
A roast as dark as the night, perfect for fueling the cryptid research and mad ravings required for your podcasting. Don't mind the red eyes. He's just trying to warn you of the bridge.
The bridge.
Finally, from the caffeine-addled brains of Spring Heel Jack Coffee and Last Podcast on the Left, we bring you Mothman's Red Eye Blend. Yes, delicious Panama beans. Go to lastpodcastmerch.com to order yours today.
Hey, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Ben Kissel here with Henry Zabrowski.
Yeah, it's me, man.
Yeah, bro. Henry Zabrowski is smoking some of that sweet Last Podcast on the Left, babe. So go out there and purchase yourself some. I hope you enjoy it. We have sativa, we have indica, and we have a hybrid. And I have to tell you, from my personal experience, they are wonderful.
Super tasty live resin. You really get that delicious weedy taste, which is what I like. And 3 different experiences. You go to your local vape store and get it.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for supporting the show. We absolutely love you. Can't wait to see you on the road and get that vape, put it in your brain, and have a good time.
And if you want us at your favorite weed store, give them a call and ask for them by name.
Absolutely.
Last Podcast on the Left, it's weed.
Hail yourselves, everyone.
Hail Satan.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the Last Podcast
On the Left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
We are family.
Oh, man, I hate this.
Come on, sisters with me. I'm having sex with my son.
Oh, man.
Family.
I'm going to go to the bathroom, Daddy. I'm going to go to the bathroom,
Well,
Daddy.
let me suck your dick first. Let's see if it's gone.
Get out of here.
Guys, what a fun way to start. I had a question for the both of you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This is a real question. It pertains to the Barker gang.
My Barker.
If we were all, like, if your families were all like a gang of criminals and you were in a group together, you were a gang, do you think it would make it more or less difficult if you were also having sex with them? Like, if you were, like, Marcus, you're robbing a bank with your brothers. Mm-hmm. Do you think it makes it difficult to cut up the money if you've been all having sex with each other, or do you think that makes it easier?
I would say it would make it easier because you definitely have bigger things on your mind. Like, you're going to be more distracted because you're thinking, oh my God, I'm having sex with my family. There's something fucking absolutely fucking awful here. So you're like, yeah, fuck it. Take the extra $5. I don't care.
That seems like a you problem.
I'm going to push back a little bit on that. I'm going to go with the Fleetwood Mac example of what happens when family starts having sex with each other. Sure, you might get the biggest heist of your life. You might have your rumors, but in the long run... Oh, bat chatter. All of a sudden, Lindsey Buckingham is talking. All of a sudden, Stevie Nicks has something to say.
You came harder for Chris.
Whoa. So I think in the long run, it'll lead to total and utter destruction. Welcome to the Last Podcast on the Left, everyone. I am Ben, hanging out with Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus, absolutely fucking, just absolutely jazzed that you started the show by asking that question.
Me too.
Jazzed,
Fantastic.
I am.
Me too.
And Henry Zabrowski.
We are family.
And the nice thing is, in 10 years, Henry is actually going to be in charge of the census. So that'll be, make sure you fill that out and make sure you figure out who you like to have sex with in your family the most.
And if you are currently inside of your brother when I come to do the census at your home, you count as one person.
You count as one. Well, isn't that true love? All right, everyone. Today's topic, people have been clamoring for it. I know I say that sometimes, but when they clamor, I tell them, I tell you when they clamor.
People like Tommy Gunn material.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Tommy Gunn. Ooh, also a great name for a boxer.
Yeah.
It's the name of a famous porn star as well.
Is that right? Okay, everyone, we are on to Ma Barker.
Ma Barker was a gangland figure of the 20s and 30s who allegedly ruled over the Barker-Karpis Gang, which was known far and wide as one of the most dangerous, ambitious, intelligent, and successful violent criminal enterprises of the era.
These guys were the real fucking deal. These were some of the most dangerous people of this time period, and it's fun to get in the middle of them.
Well, who was more dangerous, them or the Beagle Boys from DuckTales?
Actually, the Beagle Boys were kind of based on the Barker Gang.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, 'cause do
isn't that
you get it now?
interesting?
But that's the thing. Do you get it? Beagles,
Bark.
Barkers,
Whoa,
Beagle Boys.
see, look at that. He loves dogs.
I
See?
got
Now we're educating Kissel.
That's right. Finally, I'm puffing. Finally, a story from me.
Whoa, characters.
Yeah, you know I got one.
Well, according to legend, Ma Barker was a stout, cigar-chomping mastermind who stole more money than John Dillinger, Pretty Boy Floyd, Babyface Nelson, and Bonnie and Clyde combined. Whoa. Although beating Bonnie and Clyde wasn't much of a challenge if we're talking pure numbers.
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde, while we love them, and we love our impotent king, Clyde, we love him, we stand him. We know for a fact that they stood by each other's side to the very end, even though he couldn't put it inside.
I don't
they were
think people
doggedly
say
hunted.
Stan anymore, though.
Who cares, man? I'm
Okay.
here now.
Years-
I'm here
years
now.
out of
I
fashion.
made it now.
Okay.
Years out.
Their relationship is very fire.
It's fire. Yes,
And
it's
so,
on fire.
but they weren't good at the game, per
Right.
se. They caught
Well,
the
speaking
nation's
of having
attention.
I think love got in the way in their case, did it not?
I don't know. I feel like in a way their bond was different because again they couldn't fuck. So a part of it was maybe who fucking knows? Maybe that actually helped being able to keep your eye on the ball. But the Barrow Gang was not very good at their jobs.
No.
The Barker-Karpis Gang, though, they really set the bar
Okay.
for what you could do in the gangland era.
Very good.
Planning from afar, Ma Barker supposedly used her 4 sons as her instruments of chaos, directing the boys throughout their lives in all the best ways to steal, cheat, rob, and murder, all because it gave Ma a little tickle in her bottom to do so.
You know what else? I'll tell you who else has been giving Ma a tick on their bottom. My first son, Herbert.
Oh my! That was my grandfather's name.
Yep, and now he's fucking me as my son.
Come on!
Yeah, and I got a thing to say to you, young man. I switched from cigars to cigarettes to get healthy.
Oh, that's probably not gonna work.
No.
No, I think you actually have that in reverse.
Well, under Ma Barker's supposed tutelage and guidance, the Barker-Karpis Gang was so dangerous that 5 of the top 10 criminals in the FBI's most wanted list were members of the 24-strong Barker-Karpis crew.
It really is not good when your family tree and the FBI most wanted list combine into one thing.
I don't know, man. As long as we're doing this as a family, this is what I say to Jackie. This is what I say to my mother.
Your mother?
If we're gonna be in this fucking game, we got to be number one. We got to be the top. So if Zabrowski's are gonna start doing group rapes, we got to be the best. And if we're gonna be the best, we're doing
Right. Well, I
lobster
don't want to
rolls.
think about your mother or Jackie. You have put them in a horrible situation.
That's what they get.
No, it is not what they get, nor do they deserve
But
that.
again, if we were making lobster rolls, I would say the same thing.
Okay,
I
exactly.
see,
Well,
I
let's
see.
stick with lobster rolls, please.
Now, even though the Barker-Karpis Gang operated both during and after Prohibition, they didn't really run liquor, girls, and gambling like a lot of the other larger gangs at the time did. See, while your George Remuses, Lucky Lucianos, and Al Capones were making a killing bootlegging liquor in defiance of the Volstead Act,
They were businessmen.
This is the business we've chosen.
This is where they actually served a public good. I mean, other than the fact I think you went
It was all
blind
the
from
murder
the gin.
and, yes.
the
But,
murder, the extreme amounts of murder and violence that came as a
Well, that was
result of Prohibition.
If they would have just stuck with being the Anheuser-Busch of gangsters,
business,
that
sure,
would have been
yeah.
fine. But yeah.
The Barker-Karpis Gang were straight-up violent criminals who reveled in committing violent crimes for profit, and they were extraordinarily good at what they did. They were involved in bank robberies, jewelry store heists, car thefts, payroll pilfers, and most profitably, kidnappings.
Whoa.
By the time they were all killed or caught, the Barker-Karpis Gang had stolen $3 million in merchandise and cash. Adjusted for inflation, that's $50 million
Seriously,
in today's cash.
That is like some GTA. That is Grand Theft Auto. That is a video game amount of money.
It more than doubles the score of the infamous Lufthansa heist of 1978.
Man, have you done any reading to the Lufthansa heist?
Lufthansa.
Yeah, the Lufthansa. It's really interesting. That's a relax fit one day. I know you don't like mob stories, but I love the idea of the story of a bunch of mob guys all getting together. They do this perfect plan. They rob Lufthansa of it was like this money exchange. All they had to do was they basically tied up 5 guys. They walked out with something like $8 million. So
it was 20, adjusted for inflation, it was $23 million.
It was a huge amount of money. They walked out in pure cash. But then how the one guy that ran it realized it was like, oh, fuck. I trusted all of these morons, liars, cheats, and thieves.
Right, well, that's the problem.
Yeah, and then he killed the entire group.
Oh, that'll help.
That did the heist.
Then he got all the money.
No, he went to jail as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it seems to be crime doesn't pay.
Actually, I don't think he ever went to jail for it.
He went to jail for murder later on. Not for the Lufthansa heist. Only one person went to jail for the Lufthansa heist.
That's
and
right.
That was the man who stole the pretzel.
Yep.
Don't steal a pretzel on a German airline.
You're right. You know what?
I believe it's German.
You're right. It is German.
Lufthansa?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that $50 million, they made that in 4 years. Whew, and, nice. And that doesn't sound like a long period of time, but 4 years is far longer than any other violent criminal gang of the Prohibition Depression era made it. None of it. They made it very, very short period because they all either got killed or caught.
Absolutely. And they did the berserker lifestyle, which running for 4 years
Exhausting.
as a full-on, heavy assault robbery group that kills when they can, kidnapping, high-speed chases. That's I would say that's 16 years of normal human life.
Sure, they age like dogs, much like the Beagle Boys.
Yep. They were dogs.
And that's also after they had already been solo criminals for many years before that. It's just that Barker-Karpis was the most profitable venture the Barker family ever had.
This is the dream team. They're bringing the best of the best of the best of the best.
Sure, but it's just sad because it's unlike the Traveling Wilburys, which is probably the least successful version of any one of their solo careers. That's true.
Of course, Traveling Wilburys, a very unknown group with Neil Young and Bob Dylan.
Completely incorrect so far, but that's fine. It's fine though. It was fine.
Now, while the Barker-Karpis Gang isn't solely responsible for the formation of the FBI, they were certainly one of the largest reasons behind its creation. In addition to the loot they stole, the Barker-Karpis Gang also killed, at minimum, 10 people, all in the commission of getting away with one crime or another. And those 10 people included a whole pile of cops. Now, in the FBI's eventual version of events, Kate Ma Barker basically ran a crime college, tutoring both her 4 sons and their friends in various criminal activities using lessons she learned from reading true crime magazines.
Oh, okay.
The one lesson I never got to was how to eat pussy underwater.
Oh, my goodness. Well, now that's extremely difficult because humans need oxygen and the water gets in your throat. And then will the vagina even feel the tongue?
Well, that was supposedly Ma in private. In public, the FBI claimed, Ma Barker played the put-upon, constantly in crisis mother who again and again got her sons off the hook for serious crimes with nothing more than a well-placed tear and a plea to the right judge.
This is the mother you want. This is really the mother you want. She goes
that's
to
the
bat.
mother I had, to be honest.
We've been talking about this in private.
We very much have been. Yes, that Ma.
You can't punish Benjamin. He's a good kid.
He's a good boy. And she
Yeah.
goes, sorry, I was just remembering last night with my long husband, babe.
But no, she is an enabler. That's why when we'll get down to
Enabler, a defender.
Yes, both. It is both.
I would say enabler is
It
by
is.
far
Whatever.
the.
It is both. But
Yeah.
she is an interesting woman because I think, because again, they try to paint her as the mastermind. And what we'll show you, I think, in this series, and as we go, and we'll talk about this again and again, she's not necessarily the mastermind, but she enjoyed the criminal life and she enjoyed the entrapments.
Well, as we shall see by the end of the series, while the FBI didn't need to sell the Ma Barker narrative to capture the Barker-Karpis Gang, they definitely had a vested interest in making sure that the public thought that Ma Barker was a dangerous criminal genius.
And I don't know why they did that, except for maybe they're trying to validate the reason why, spoiler alert, she ended her life in a pile of blood riddled with bullets.
Oh, no kidding. Isn't that kind of fun, the way the bullets went into the blood there that was in piles? I feel like also the FBI needed to validate its own existence.
Very much so.
So you
Again and
better
again and
prop
again.
up these people and be like, they're masterminds. And it's like, I think she just took a dump in her pants.
And if anything tells you a thing about the FBI, the next series we'll be working on shows for a fact that the CIA, the most disreputable branch of the government, didn't want to work with the FBI because they didn't trust them.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it was changed a little bit after 2001.
Yep.
Now, the real brains behind the Barker-Karpis gang, Alvin O. Creepy Karpis.
Old Creepy was his nickname?
Oh, yeah.
Old Creepy. Yeah, we've mentioned him like this is the third time I think we've mentioned him. This is when we're finally going to get into the story of Old Creepy. They called him Old Creepy.
Fantastic.
They called him Old Creepy because he had very creepy eyes and a creepy smile. Just looking at him made you feel uncomfortable.
I wish you could look at me. He does the Herman Cain smile. Do you remember the slow smile? Like, like his
there's
smile
no
doesn't
pizza.
look natural on his face.
999. Well, I love Old Creepy, and I loved his show on PBS when he was the interviewer. I'm thinking of Charlie Rose.
Charlie Rose. I don't know what he did.
Still some great interviews, but yeah, apparently he's done doing those.
Yeah. Well, Old Creepy had a few choice words to say about Ma Barker's supposed criminal genius when he wrote his autobiography years later. According to Karpis, Ma Barker couldn't organize breakfast.
I get it, though.
And that is one of the highest insults you could give
To a mother.
to a mother in that
Absolutely.
era.
No.
Couldn't organize breakfast.
She's fun, Mom. She orders pizza. She takes you to fucking the
Pizza for
Discovery Zone. She's fun.
Pizza bagels, man. You want to get your room cleaned by your friend? Tostina's Pizza Rolls. You bribe them.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's a horrible lesson.
Well, Karpis said that Ma Barker was sweet and loved her sons. Probably loved them too much. It's pretty much the last man left alive to tell the tale. Karpis said that Ma Barker ultimately spent most of her time doing jigsaw puzzles and banging dudes.
Seriously,
Good
man.
honestly, good for her.
This is also what's interesting. Yes, because maybe there is a bit of Yas Queen in this series. All Ma Barker did was collect dick. Everywhere she went, she just lived the life. Her sons would go do all of this dirty work for her, come, bring her gifts, bring her money, and then she'd just sit on it. And then when one of her sons decided they were done with whatever dick she was sitting on, she'd be like, "Take him, please." And then she's done with it, man. She just
I love it.
we'll get to it, but wow, a lot of boyfriends taken care of by these sons. She just get a new one.
She's a penis fly trap. She absolutely collected, as Henry said, penises.
Now, most likely the truth lies somewhere in between. While Ma Barker certainly wasn't directing and organizing one of the most successful violent criminal enterprises of the early 20th century, she also probably wasn't the doddering, jigsaw-obsessed biddy she's sometimes painted to be. Instead, Ma Barker seems like a woman who just fucking loved crime.
Yeah.
Cool.
She loved that her boys were criminals.
Loved it.
Loved the nice clothes and lifestyle that came from crime. And she
Loved.
especially loved it that if she got tired of a boyfriend, her boys or their associates would delight in slitting the poor bastard's throat.
She's a fun girl. She's
Well-
a fun girl. She's a party girl. She's a part of the scene.
You're going to want to make sure that she finishes.
Oh yeah,
Because
man.
that is
You
one of
better-
those. You better not be a pre-comer. You better do exactly as she
You
says.
need to show up with some toys. You need to know where the clit is. And this is 1930. This is before science discovered the clit.
Oh my goodness. And that was just wooden weird dildos.
No, yes. And it was like it had those big wheels on it and the
Yeah.
tiny seats on it. And you go, as it goes
That was
in
an
and out,
old-timey
in and out.
bicycle.
Yeah, but it had a cock on the other side of it.
Oh, I see.
Old-timey fuck machines.
Old-timey fuck machine.
Oh.
But even though Ma Barker was more of an accessory than a ringleader, the story of the Barker-Karpis Gang is still one of the most fascinating of the Prohibition Depression era, and by far one of the bloodiest. But before we get into the tale, let's acknowledge our sources today. We've got Ma Barker, America's Most Wanted Mother by Chris Enns and Howard Kazanjian for the overall story.
I mean, technically, I think that's Stormy Daniels now.
The most wanted mother.
Yeah.
Stormy. I don't know if
Come
she
on.
has any children there.
Lisa. I mean, but
You think maybe Lisa
No,
Ann.
yeah.
No, it's not even Lisa. It's the blonde woman that she's in all of them now.
Julia Grumson.
Julia Grumson. She is one of the best because she always eats blueberry muffins during sex.
And it comes out at the end, and you're like,
Well, I don't know
look
about
at that.
that. I don't,
look at the
I've
blueberry.
never gotten to the end of a porno.
We've also got Public Enemies, America's Greatest Crime Wave and the Birth of the FBI by Brian Burroughs. That gives us the FBI perspective. And we've got Secret Partners, Big Tom Brown and the Barker Gang by Tom Mahoney. That's for some good old Midwestern gangland intrigue that we're going to get into in episode 2.
Yeah.
Cool.
Going to get into St. Paul, Minnesota.
And how nefarious St. Paul used to be, and not the home of the quilted Afghan.
You'll
as
still
it is
die
now.
there. You could still die there pretty easily. I
Oh
can
yeah,
get you, I can get you
diabetes,
killed anywhere.
heart disease.
Now, really, while Alvin Karpis was without a doubt the reason why the Barker-Karpis Gang was ultimately so successful, the Barker brothers were the reason why the gang was so violent and bold. Take away the Barkers from this equation, and Karpis doesn't have the guts or the grit to pull off such daring robberies and kidnappings. But take away Alvin Karpis, and the Barker boys, as we'll see in this first episode, just get caught over and over again.
Barker boys, got to add that special mix. You got to have the Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
You got to have the fat goalie.
Yeah.
You got to have that woman, girl.
Sure. Are you just describing the Mighty Ducks?
Yes. You need a whole team.
So without further ado, let's get into the story of the Barker family, starting with the matriarch, the titular Ma Barker.
Oh, wow.
Titulus.
Okay.
Yes. Ma Barker was born close to Springfield, Missouri in 1873 with the name Arizona Donnie Clark.
Wow,
Although-
I like that name.
Donnie's a good name for a girl.
I like Arizona. I've never heard that before. You call her Zona? You call her Airy?
Although she would be known throughout her life by the much less ostentatious name of Kate.
Name's Kate.
Kate?
Yep.
How'd you go from Arizona to Kate?
Cut down the letters.
Yeah, but they're not even, there's no other than the
Added
A.
extra letters.
Okay, just totally changed the name.
Fuck you.
Okay.
The oldest of 4 kids born on a farm, Kate lost her father at the age of 7 and quickly gained a stepfather named Reuben. Reuben was a police officer, and considering how he and Kate despised each other, it makes sense that she'd have a loose respect for the law.
Nothing makes somebody hate the cops more than having a cop for a daddy.
Yeah.
Yes, well, there you go. It
It's
seems
the
like
old,
you really liked your, you liked the perks.
I was scared of
you
my
got
father.
HBO.
Yeah, I like
You
the
got
free
HBO
cable.
for free. You got
and-
free cables.
And I like the fireworks that we got. And I like that we got to walk into Shea Stadium whenever he wanted because he'd just show his badge and the guy would just kind of let him through. That was nice. We got to go in the back door of JFK one time because my dad just show up. There's a lot of cool things that you can get if you have a gun.
Absolutely, and a badge.
Eventually, Kate grew up to be a strong and domineering woman, so it's probably not much of a surprise that she married a shy, mild, tiny little man named George Barker in 1892.
Do you think that's what it is about having a big old engaging woman, like a big old woman and a tiny man? Is it really just about like riding him until he's dead?
Do you mean
I feel
physically
like-
or emotionally?
I mean, both.
For some.
I think also there's a lot of empathetic people who just like they're yin and a yang and they connect and they complete each other because he's just like, I can go and I can order the food for us, Ma. Because
Yeah, you better.
every
Because
time
guess
you
what?
order
Because
from the restaurant, you get into a fight. So
Whatever.
I'll
You get
just
out
go-
there, you order the food, okay? You order the
Okay,
food, you
I'm
bring it
gonna
back
go order
because
the
we'll do the up
food.
top mouth food and then you're going to be doing the downstairs food. If you know what I'm
Whatever.
saying.
I'll take care of ordering the food because you always call the wait staff racial slurs.
No, I just say the word slur.
Okay.
Now, later conjecture would say that Kate Barker lived the typical farm girl life, busied by church, picnics, and hay rides. But in private, Kate supposedly spent most of her time reading all the latest true crime stories, obsessing over the daring felonies committed by the Dalton and James gangs.
You hear that, girls? You listen to this episode, you become a criminal mastermind yourself.
Okay. Well, it's a little bit more difficult these days, isn't it?
Nah, man. Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's actually let's end it here and let's talk about Doge, NFT, and Bitcoin because I haven't seen my friends screaming at each other in a bar for the first time in like a decade until Bitcoin.
Yep.
Wow, that seems to be it's hostile territory.
It is.
I just sit and listen.
Yeah, staying out of it.
Yep, staying out of it.
Yeah, specifically, though, it said that Kate Barker paid special attention in those true crime magazines to what those criminals said about their mothers, noting that all of them claimed to be raised by strong women who taught them how to fight.
You don't understand. Okay, listen, Herbert John. You listen, okay? Because some of us, we know all it takes is to believe in you.
In me. Well, this is just great, Mom. Thank you so much for all the advice and encouraging me to go kill the girl.
She's got a big mouth.
Thank
She's going to say a lot of shit. So you shoot her in the fucking head.
That's what a great mom you are.
Now, at some point, again, according to wild conjecture on both the part of the FBI and true crime journalists, Kate Barker's true crime obsession bled over into reality when she figured out she could simply birth a criminal gang all her own.
I'm gonna make my fantasy alive with my vagina.
You're not supposed to think of your womb like a human cement mixer.
That's what
You're
people
not supposed
do.
to just be like, all right, I can create an entire goddamn gang right inside of my belly.
It's kind of interesting because it's the inverse of people having kids to like work the farm or join the family business. It's like this idea of being like, wow, I could be my own matriarch of a criminal gang if I just make waffles and get out of the way. Like if I just go and I organize my side of it, which is just birthing you, then you guys all do the rest.
You say just. It's a lot of work, though.
It is.
Let's respect the process. 9 months. No booze.
Are you my mom? You just channeled
No
my mother.
weed.
For 9 months I carried you, and this is the thanks I get.
That's the thanks she gets? That free pool? And what else have you done for her?
That's what she gets.
Now, it's highly unlikely that Kate Barker had children to build the gang much the same way a farmer breeds a workforce.
Yes.
But when her children began showing signs of criminality, she did nothing to set them on a different path. So within 9 years, Kate Barker had birthed 4 sons. The eldest, Herman, was born in 1884, followed by Lloyd, Doc, and finally, Ma's favorite, Fred, in 1903.
It's always the youngest.
It is.
That's right. It really is.
It really
Well,
is.
we're
you
very-
wouldn't know. You're the oldest, Henry.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
wouldn't
middle.
know at all. Yeah, you're the middle. Yeah.
Oh, you have to
Woof.
say you're the middle. Oh, that's bad.
It's nice though because they can make the big mistakes on the first one, and the middle one they made like the smaller mistakes, and then Jackie was allowed to do whatever she wanted.
Yep. That's the way it works.
Wow. That
Trickle
really
down.
is how it works. Yeah.
Trickle down freedom. Finally.
Now, these boys were said to be high-strung, mischievous children. Excellent shots, every one of them. And they soon
Wait,
learned
hold
that-
on. When did they get the guns?
Immediately.
very
Just, I mean,
early.
like right out of the womb?
Oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
Okay.
real early.
Okay.
And they soon learned that no matter how much trouble they got into, Ma would always show up to bail them out and tell them that none of it was their fault.
She is a good mother.
It's hard, man. Wait, this is where you get a kiss hole.
Really
but this is also
awful mother.
No, that's not all. No, sometimes societal rules are not just because it's the law
Look how
doesn't mean
triggered.
it's moral.
Look how triggered he's become. But no, like this mother sometimes makes a Tiger Woods, right? It does make like champions, but
Yeah.
also it makes a Donald Trump Jr., right?
Yeah.
Like it makes the two. It makes a highly ineffectual, corrupt person. So that's like, what's the other? It's like one is somebody who actually flourishes, and the other person realizes, oh, they'll love me no matter what I do, so I'm just going to scam my way through life.
That's a good point. It can go either way.
No.
Yeah. Now, by accounts, when George Barker mildly and ineffectively tried taking guidance of his unruly sons, Ma showed a, quote, feline intensity that told her husband that no one but herself should be her son's mentors. And in her eyes, they could do no wrong.
I could see her just grabbing his head and just spiking it against the side of a wall, and they're all like, feline intensity. Like, whoa, it's because it's just, no, it's domestic abuse from a woman.
Hey, Kate, the boys, I got a call from principal.
What you holding? Hold my pocket. Hold my pocket.
They said one of our boys bit the nipple off of another boy, and then he chewed it in front of him, and he said something about how...
Wait a sec. You mean my son's getting arrested for making his own bubble gum? Let me get down there and show him what these tits can do.
Okay.
I swing these
So
tits back
that's
and forth, and I
okay?
just knock people over back
That's
and forth.
okay. Yeah, he said he learned it from watching you.
To her neighbors, Ma Barker was somewhat of an unknown quantity because she rarely socialized with anyone but her one friend, Gertrude Farmer.
Yo,
Gertrude.
you tell me Gertrude isn't the best fucking friend of all time.
I don't know.
Gertrude is... No, she's a lockbox.
I don't know.
You can tell Gertrude... You can tell a Gertrude anything.
It is amazing to hear a woman like Ma Barker, because my mom's had like a revolving set of like best friends, because it's whoever is the new person that hasn't betrayed her. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
why, okay, your mom thinks people betray her because they cancel lunch.
yes, but Ma Barker, I'm very surprised she could keep one friend for forever. That's,
That's
kind
a
of nice.
Gertrude.
Yeah.
That's a Gertrude.
Yeah. With everyone else Ma Barker spoke to, she was cordial, but she rarely initiated conversation.
Got to go to her.
Bit of a sphinx. Now, in 1910, just as the mischievous nature of the Barker boys was starting to turn criminal, George Barker moved his family to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, at the time, Tulsa was an oil boom town, which was good news for local hoodlums.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, oil boom towns introduce a large group of transient young men with a high tolerance for risk into an environment built to quickly take away the large paychecks they earn week after week. Of course, we know the quickest way to part someone from their money is vice. And with vice comes violence and crime.
No, with
Cool.
Vice comes dancing and smiling.
Well, it can be a lot of fun as well. Nothing wrong with a little sprinkle of vice in life. It's very needed. But Marcus,
sprinkle is
you
fine.
know these people, right? Aren't these the
Roughnecks?
Roughnecks?
Yeah, you know Roughnecks.
I mean,
Isn't
yeah,
that like all
definitely
over
not-
Texas? Like a lot of young people are like 18 years old. You go work
We
in the
talked
oil
to-
and you got bank
Yeah.
money.
We
And,
talked about
yeah.
this quite a bit during the Billy the Kid series.
yeah, exactly. That's
Oh,
right.
no, yeah. No, I know plenty of roughnecks, or I've known plenty of roughnecks throughout my life. But yeah, some roughnecks are great and some are highly violent, very unpredictable individuals.
Yeah, that's the thing.
just like
But that's
anything
what's
else.
fun
Much like oil.
about high intensity personalities. I do
Yes.
like those types of people. I like people who can turn on a dime every once in a while because then it keeps a friendship fresh.
Yeah. It's not unnerving and horrifying.
No.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Hey there, everybody. Is your cell phone bill too much money? Are you getting that bill and you're like, hey, what is this? I can't believe for what? For 5G? Are you crazy right now? $100? I don't even barely got any bars when I'm just sitting in my living room, okay? You don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you ready for this? $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month on Mint Mobile. Yeah, baby. Get their wireless plan, because they're just sitting there on the T-Mobile 5G network, and it's just $15. Your whole life, you're just paying all this money every month. You're like, why? Where's it going? It's going to these phone companies that are robbing you. So go to Mint Mobile. Let them help you talk to your mom. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Courage. I learned it from my adoptive mom. Hold my hand.
You hold my hand.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Now, the Barker boys were townies, and Tulsa was the perfect environment for them to start their criminal career. According to the FBI, though, this is also where Ma Barker decided to enact her plan of creating her home-brewed gang.
I think that we got 50-50 here. I think it's a bit of the chicken and the egg. I think that she
she wanted to feel a sense of status. I think that very early on, Ma Barker had a sense of status that she wanted to achieve. That she looked at her environment and she's like, Gertrude's fine because Gertrude makes me feel fancy. Right? Like,
Gertrude's
it's like that thing.
fantastic.
She boosts me. She boosts me. She's my ally. She's my number one. Right? And then everything else
She's your
around her,
ride or die.
Sir, I've heard that. And she is the type of person that realized when she looked at her sons, they're they're not good at a lot. They're not good at a lot, but they do seem, they have a lot of energy. And I just want to I want them to do whatever they can do, but also realizing, we're in this boomtown. Money is what makes the world go round. And it's not about just going sick and doing all this fucking oil work. That's dangerous and stupid and long. There's other ways you can make money.
Mm-hmm. Well, from what J. Edgar Hoover later claimed, the Barker home in Tulsa became a meeting place for local ne'er-do-wells, a crime school that trained young punks in the art of felonious behavior before sending them out to wreak havoc on the polite world.
That's too organized to make sense.
Yeah, you just see him putting lipstick all over his face, just thinking about it.
Criminals hate school.
Yeah.
Well, you can go to crime school.
Now, supposedly, Ma would hang back, and for a fee, she would act as a boy's alibi if he was ever caught for the crime.
Ah, cool.
Yeah,
he was inside of me the whole time. Oh, God. 9 months I carried.
She also allegedly provided the names and addresses of people she believed had more than they deserved and can therefore part with some of their possessions.
I actually don't disagree with that idea of her. I don't think that that's outside of the parameters of Ma Barker.
Oh, yeah. You had that person has more than they deserve. Go steal it from them and bring it back to me because I deserve it for what? Doing nothing?
That's for me.
Okay.
In reality, though, there was no crime school filled with hoodlums and thieves doing the bidding of a matriarchal mastermind. Instead, the Barker boys were just a group of young punks who hung out at the public park in Tulsa.
Do you think that if this was a different time, they'd do skate vids?
I don't think they skateboarded yet. I don't think skateboarding was invented yet.
No, that's what I'm saying.
In a different time.
It was a different time. Do you think if they had skateboards then, we'd have gangsters?
Probably. You think maybe that's why crime went down in the 90s? Because skateboarding got by...
No, skateboarding was a crime.
That's what I'm saying. But then you flipped it around, and all of a sudden now skateboarding is not a crime. And so therefore you flip everybody that used to be a criminal being a skateboarder to being somebody very creative.
I remember when every parent thought if their kids watched the X Games, they were going to be gay.
Yeah.
They were just like, I don't know. It's sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Well, at the public park, the Barker boys met other young hoodlums with like minds, and eventually they formed their first horde, named after the place where they all met. They called themselves the Central Park Gang.
Whoa, cool. Okay. Sure. Now the Central Park Gang will just suck your dick for $10.
Well, isn't that nice?
No, that's the Bramble Boys.
The Bramble Boys.
Now, I suppose it is tempting to think that Ma Barker was raising her 4 sons to be criminals, because all 4 did indeed become violent felons, if not straight up murderers, if the situation called for a killing. But really, it just seems like it all started with Herman Barker, the oldest. And once he started getting in trouble, every brother after him followed, all because Ma Barker always came to the rescue.
I think it might have been just because he set the example of how a person lives. That sometimes people do just you look at your family, and now like Herman started doing all of this criminal activity.
Right.
They look at him and they're like, what if I don't know, maybe that's the way to go. It seems like mom's into it.
My older brother did musical theater. And then when I was a senior in high school, I also did a play.
See?
And you played?
I was in Babes in Arms. I played a character. I wasn't cast in it, but the person they cast broke his leg.
Whoa, so you just got in?
Then I got in.
How'd they find you at the end?
I auditioned. I just didn't get cast.
Oh, what did you audition with?
Myself, with my voice in my head.
Did you sing a song?
Yeah.
Do you remember what song you sang?
And there she goes down the road.
Is this the song? You're just making stuff up. You don't remember anything before 2 weeks ago.
Little toes.
I blame the tincture.
There she goes with her little toes.
He has not been right since he started his song Sober January this year.
Hey, man, it changes your brain, dude.
It does.
I couldn't have come up with little toes if I was all beer logged.
No, you're right.
Little toes, little toes.
Man, you know what? I might write a musical accompaniment to Little Toes.
That's very good.
For the stream.
I would love to do a collaboration with you for Dry January, Ben.
Yes! Woo! I'm already getting work.
Making
See,
content.
it's flipping. It's only been 11 days since no alcohol, and I already got a new gig.
See?
That's right. That's
it's
right.
happening
And
right in front of our ears.
Oh, yeah, man. And you'll get all the royalties.
Yes, fucking Little Toes is going to be so big.
It could be. I'm here. I get a third. You know that. No matter what.
That's
Whatever you
right.
guys touch, I get a third.
I know.
Well, Herman was the first Barker boy arrested, going down for attempted robbery at the age of 16. In that instance, he'd gone into a drugstore and hid in the basement so he could spring out after closing time.
It's cool.
But was instead discovered in possession of burglar tools by a clerk before the doors were even locked.
Can I ask a question? Because now there's several people that do get arrested in the story for burglar tools. Do you know what they mean by burglar tools? Is it just like a crowbar and something else? Like, how do they look at you and say, oh, these are burglar tools?
Yeah, these are definitely going to burgle. There's nothing else you could do with these but burgle.
Yeah, it's like...
Because Ted Bundy was arrested for owning burglar tools.
Yes,
like I think that was the
burglar
first time he got
tools.
arrested. Yeah, so it's rope, crowbar, like acid, acid to burn stuff.
A woman's dress, a big cat costume so you can pretend to be a cat.
Well, that might be good, actually. Yeah. No, that's not who we're looking for. That's a cat.
Yeah, and then you're like, I simply couldn't rob. I'm a lady. And you have a big floppy hat on, and the cop's like, it's a nice outfit. And then all of a sudden he's taking pictures with him. You're there, and all of a sudden you're dressed as this lady, and you got to go back to his house, and you got to pretend to be a lady by like tucking it back, and then only showing him your butthole, and then that's and then all of a sudden you're his wife.
I think that's how James Corden got the Late Show.
That's the only way possible.
Yeah, always going by the principle: all cats can talk, most cats won't talk. Love that sketch. But in a scene that will play out about a dozen times during the course of this episode, Ma Barker pled with the authorities, telling them that none of Herman's actions were really his fault.
It's not his fault.
Well, whose fault is it?
The wind. The wind. I blame the pharmacy for being so robbable. It's like big breasts. How are you not supposed to motorboat them?
Yeah. All right, Ma.
As a result, Herman was released to commit more crimes. Now, he tried going straight for a bit, getting a job as a cook in Springfield, Missouri. But there, he was arrested for assault and was again sprung after Ma cried Herman to freedom.
Well,
I know my son. He walks normally with two fists in front of him. And that person must have walked into his hands. I know my son. Look at these.
Oh, Ma.
Look at these.
Ma.
I snap it back and forth.
Wow, that's horrifying. Well, you said he was a chef. I mean, aren't they supposed to assault?
A cook.
A cook.
He's a cook. He's not a chef.
He's a cook. But you said he got busted for assault. Well, maybe they was just trying to flavor the food.
They would have got him for a pepper if there was evidence.
Yeah, they got him for assault
That is great.
instead.
That is fucking great.
Yeah, I wish we could get him for a guacamole over here.
I want to
Can I get some guacamole over here?
I'm done.
Well, authorities agreed to spring Herman just as long as he returned to Tulsa. But within months, Herman came back to Springfield to burglarize jewelry stores. He was again caught, but this time he was sentenced to 4 years in prison, where he met another criminal with the appropriate name, Ed Kahn.
You have to be a criminal.
That's amazing.
You have to
a
be
criminal, a car salesman, or a pilot for some reason.
Maybe.
Now, one thing you got to know about the Barker boys is that they were physically very small.
Oh, they were
capable. Yes,
I always thought they were huge.
No, very
none
small.
of them were above 5'5".
What?
Yep.
Yeah, most of them were 5'4".
Why does that make them scarier? It's like a roaming gang of Chihuahua pit bulls.
It is a roaming gang of me. They're all it's rogues.
Mm-hmm.
That's why dwarf rogue is really good character to play in D&D.
Yeah, and the Barker gang would use their small stature to their advantage time and again. Now, luckily, Ed Kahn was also a tiny boy. So Ed and Herman hid in a small airlock-type cage between the cells and the jail bullpen so they could jump out and surprise their jailer.
Like ghoulies.
I'll just be like, can you stop jumping out at me, please, little
Nah, man.
person?
Sometimes if
Stop doing this.
us as a bunch of little people, honestly, we should all get together and we act like gremlins. No one can stop us. What are you
That's
going to do? Too much fun.
I know.
That's right. They leapt out at just the right moment, grabbed 3 revolvers from the jailer's office, and fled. Herman Barker back to Tulsa, and Ed Kahn disappeared to the mists of time. Never heard of him again. Well, a few months later, Herman teamed up with another criminal to rob a jewelry store, a pool hall, and a clothing store in Billings. But since this was higher profile, Herman was caught in Columbus, Montana.
This whole story is filled with the famous name of a city in another state that it doesn't belong in.
Columbus, Montana.
Yeah. Columbus, Montana.
Didn't even come close to Montana.
No.
I mean, he didn't come close to America, but
He
at least in
wouldn't have liked
lore,
Montana.
he was near Cleveland.
Yeah. And he was therefore sentenced to 6 to 12 years, making him the first Barker boy to do a long stretch in the joint. While Herman cooled his heels momentarily, the other 3 Barker boys were, one by one, becoming reckless, dangerous criminals in their own right.
Just like my brother.
Yeah.
On Independence Day, 1918, Arthur Barker, a.k.a. Duck, stole a Ford Roadster from the front of a federal building in Muskogee, Oklahoma. The car theft was quickly followed by an arrest, and while Ma Barker planned to do the same song and dance routine begging for her son's freedom,
I'm a slave for you.
No, Ma. That's, I don't know.
You're gonna fight it. I'm a slave.
That's a pretty good rendition of a song that comes out in 90 years.
Come on.
That's pretty good, though.
Duck escaped jail before Ma could finish her routine. Duck was recaptured, but this time waited for his mother to convince police to let him go.
Mom, do you think you could try and do the slave for you dance again for these cops?
Just one more time, please. I got you a snake.
Slave.
Mom Barker, you're amazing. To be fair, he could have just said all cars looked the same back then. So what if you don't know it's your car?
He was like a 15-year-old dirtbag.
Yeah.
From a different city.
He wasn't ready. You remember, he's just getting his bones right now. They're all just learning the criminal ropes right now.
Yeah. Now remember, Ma Barker, she'd go in, she'd do the cry and cry routine, get the boys out of jail. She did it again and again and again. And this may or may not be true, but decades later, a filing clerk remembered once watching Ma Barker leave jail with what he called an old lady gait.
Come now, let's go. Just me and my best friend going to the bakery alley. I'm not an improv comedian. I'm not one.
No, indeed you're not.
But after she was out of sight of the cops, she transformed from a feeble grandmother type to a rather spirited, hearty woman.
That's what my grandmother used to do when my Oma was in town, because my American grandmother, she used to have the wheelchair, or she used to have the walker, but she never needed the walker.
No. Same thing with my grandmother. She never needed the walker.
And then as soon as my Oma would show up, she would be like, oh, spry, because she was competition.
Yes, it's weird how that
intriguing.
happens.
But then my grandmother's pants would always just, again, fall down, even when she was sitting. So.
Just like her grandson.
Yep. Isn't that weird?
Chris.
Yeah, my brother. No, we keep our pants on. We're a pants family.
I don't know. I've seen him in some outfits.
I've seen your Instagram likes.
Well, Ma was also, according to the FBI, romantically involved with various Tulsa neighborhood criminals because they all subscribed to the same loose morals.
Hey, man, fun people.
Fun people. Well, once speakeasies became popular in the 1920s, one could supposedly find Ma Barker spending her time with any scalawag who happened to come along, just so long as they bought her drinks and treated her like royalty.
And that's one thing me and Ma Barker have in common.
Yeah, I mean, they're treating her great. They're buying her drinks.
Buy the drinks, man. I'll provide the company and the tits.
Leave her alone. Let her have some fun.
Staying in the romance realm, Ma Barker was also said to be extremely jealous anytime one of her sons brought a woman around, telling all the new gals that her sons would eventually turn on them, all so she could keep her boys to herself.
That's a little weird, isn't it?
That's very, I don't know what it is about moms who do this, but I
weird.
recognize this behavior. This idea of like them hanging out and like him taking a piss, just being like, you ain't gonna be around for very long.
That's scary. Yeah. That's like, what was the little nerd boy from the movie It? Well, especially in the 1990s version, where the mom was very overprotective.
Yes. Yes, but she's weird.
This is battery acid, you slime.
She definitely has an obsession
with her sons.
Why would anyone, like, obviously you're supposed to love your children. I get that. But like, there always has to be like, I still wish you weren't here.
Yeah, it's what
like,
I
there
think.
has to be that undercurrent of like, life. It would be kind of nice if we were just together alone again without the kids.
Yes, but they were
But
also
then
just as attached to her as she was attached to them, but kind of maybe in and out.
Do you think it's one of those things like, they say that some women have orgasms when they have a baby, and they actually have to because it gives them good feelings, so they have another baby. Do you think maybe her orgasms were too strong when she had babies, and that she imprinted on the babies?
The only time she ever squirted is when she gave birth. Is what you're saying?
Maybe.
Well, all I know is if you're a man and you're in the room with your wife or your girlfriend or the random woman that you knocked up.
Don't you even say you pleasure the woman while
No,
they're giving birth.
if they orgasm, what do? You also orgasm.
So
as a compliment.
So what do you do?
Because then otherwise they feel alone.
But how do you do
like,
that? But yeah, how do you know it's
and then
pain
the
and
guy's
not the
like,
orgasm?
"Oh, honey, don't worry, I will orgasm with you."
But listen, like, how do you tell whether or not she orgasmed? Do you have to go, did you go?
Do you call it going?
Did you go already? And then you have to go like, I guess my turn then. Bring my daughter over here.
No, you have to masturbate.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, you have to masturbate, but you also have to masturbate on the sly so as to not make the nurses uncomfortable.
Nurses have seen it all.
They really have.
Yeah. Now, after Doc Barker was released from his first trial, I'm here with you, boys. I'm here with you.
No, honestly, nurses, I can't even. Ugh.
No, that's going to be your future wife.
They've seen a lot.
Now, after Doc Barker was released from his first arrest, he stole 2 more roadsters and found himself back in the Tulsa County Jail. From there, he and 17 other prisoners escaped on Valentine's Day 1920 using a handsaw and sulfuric acid.
These guys are really crazy. It's really crazy how they all jumped it. They were so hard to keep a hold of. They have these instincts immediately. They're so aggressive.
After cutting through the cell doors, the prisoners made their way to the roof where they found a 130-foot rope waiting for them, which they used to shimmy down the side of the building to freedom. Now, no one knows for sure who got the boys these implements to escape, but some historians do actually think, like a fucking legend aside, that Ma Barker probably did participate in at least delivering the implements.
This is what I'm saying. She is not innocent. She is a part of
She's
this
helping
gang.
her family.
Yes.
She's helping her kids out.
Now, Doc was caught again 5 days later, but this time, Ma Barker pleaded directly to the owner of one of the roadsters.
You know that this is a dumb painted car. You know that it's bad, and you need to just let my son have it. You just need to let him have it.
She wrung her hands, sobbed, and made the car owner so uncomfortable that he withdrew his complaint just to get her out of the room.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Dude, I'm looking at a 1920 Roadster. These cars are freaking dope.
They are really cool.
Yeah,
I like
they're great.
Roadsters.
Yeah, those were the cars that I think Clyde Barrow preferred Roadsters.
Oh,
because
nice.
Because this is the time when cars are actually starting to get really fucking fast.
Did you still have to crank up the top
No,
of it?
I don't know. A Roadster, because that's one of the advantages that Roadsters had at this time, especially when you start getting into the mid-20s, is because you could just hop in, just turn the key, and you had a V8 engine under the hood on these fucking Roadsters. These things could haul ass, comparatively at least, but every cop in America, most of them were still driving fucking Model Ts that you did have to crank and that went barely, fucking 40 miles an hour?
But that's why the Barrow Gang lasted for as long as they did, was because
Better
of
cars.
Clyde's driving skills, his famed driving skills, and the idea of being able to outrace the cops.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Herman Barker had been released from state prison in Montana on parole and had tried going straight by getting a job as a dishwasher.
No, man. That is not the job that's going to make you go straight. The only job that's going to make you go straight literally is I test ice cream at the roller coaster factory.
Why would they?
It's got to be something fun.
I don't think that's a job.
Or being like a rock star.
Yeah, but that's also,
both
that didn't even
super
exist
easy
yet.
job to get a hold of.
I'm just saying, it's very difficult to go from
Marcus
I rob
washed
banks.
dishes.
Yeah, but look at it. He got out of it immediately. And honestly, now that he knows what he knows about his career, and when I watched Marcus as a dishwasher, let's all face it, okay? Let's face it.
He was good at it.
He didn't have his heart in it. Right?
Yeah, I thought he had his heart in it. I saw him do it. I saw him. Yeah, I mean,
did it well enough.
Yeah, he did. He washed the dishes.
Yeah,
Do you ever see any dirt on the dishes?
I didn't really inspect them.
I mean, I definitely,
I never really
our friend Madeline definitely came to the back and yelled at me a couple of times for taking one smoke break too many, but I did okay otherwise.
Yeah, but you weren't like a dishwasher at heart.
No, so you have to smoke. It's a dishwasher.
Yes, you
gotta
have to
smoke. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, by summertime, however, prohibition had begun, and Herman got in on the ground floor by working with a bootlegging gang out of Minnesota. But as I said, bootlegging was never really a business that the Barker boys cottoned to. And by September, Herman and another convict robbed a jewelry store for $4,000 in merchandise. The accomplice got away, but Herman was once again arrested.
What is wrong with him?
He's just not good at getting away.
He's not good yet.
Not good at it.
He's not good at it yet.
Now, despite being below 5'5", Herman was known as a highly intimidating inmate in prison. He always wore a scowl and barely spoke without cursing, and across his chest was a rather disturbing tattoo that read, "A boy's best friend is his mom."
That's truly how you avoid attention in prison.
Oh, no. A boy's best friend is his mom.
Yeah, man.
On his
That was
chest.
the tattoo he had on his chest?
On his chest.
God, what is wrong with these people?
He loved his mom, and he was bad at crime.
I don't even know what my mom would do if I showed up with that tattoo.
Well, for the jewelry store robbery, Herman was sentenced to 10 years in prison. But after Ma Barker wrote an impassioned letter to the parole board telling a lie that George Barker was sick and couldn't work, Herman came back home.
This is so good. She's so good at it.
She really is good
She's
at it.
very good
I think
at
a
it.
boy's best friend is his mom.
I mean,
Yeah.
Starting to think. I think you might be right.
especially if all your other friends died in 9/11.
Yeah.
Doc, meanwhile, was arrested again, this time in Coweta, Oklahoma, after he and a small group of thieves tried robbing a bank by digging a tunnel with picks, shovels, and nitroglycerin they'd stolen from a hardware store. The plan had been for two men to watch in the alley behind the bank while the other two dug the hole. But Doc and his buddies made the mistake of dressing too well.
Oh.
The cops were suspicious when they saw four dudes in business suits hanging around a back alley in the middle of the night. So they searched the guys.
Yeah, man, that's exactly who's
Interesting.
fucking suspicious, man. They always say, like, I'm suspicious with my mesh shirts and my no
Sure.
pants on. When
Well,
meanwhile, like, I think a
that's a
bunch of guys
problem.
in suits need to be rolled around by the police.
Oh, good
right.
point. I learned a lot about bank robberies. I interviewed Larry Lawton, America's #1 bank robber. Jewelry store robber. And he has some great YouTube videos. I interviewed him on Top Hat, and he has one video about how to do it, how to properly case. And these guys made some massive mistakes.
We should go
You wanna be
rob
a
someone.
ghost? Well, we are not going to be good at it.
Why, though?
It really
I'm the wheels
requires.
man.
It requires you actually have to be kind of smart.
Yeah, you do.
You have to know
be
people.
very, you have to have attention to detail, something that none of us
that's
really
not me.
have.
He talks about the
Yeah.
detail.
That's
Don't
not
go
me.
in. If someone's in there,
I'm
don't
wheels
rob
man.
a store when someone's in there. No need. You have
I'm
an extra
wheels
person.
man.
Wait till they leave.
I'm the distraction.
#1.
On the search, cops found 4 pistols and all their burglary implements. So Doc Barker briefly went back to jail. Again, though, Ma was quite convincing, so Doc was set free while his accomplices went to prison.
Wow. So the accomplice, she really was the difference.
Yep.
Yeah, in the early days, yeah, she really was. Now, by this point, Ma Barker had gotten Doc and Herman out of half a dozen crimes, if not more, and there was still plenty of pleading left in her future. The son she wasn't able to help, however, was her second son, Lloyd.
It's hard to help a Lloyd.
Yeah. Nicknamed Red because he had red hair,
Sure.
Lloyd was more of a follower than an instigator. And while the other Barker boys could seemingly get out of anything, Lloyd went down and stayed down on his very first arrest. In June of 1921, Lloyd and 4 other members of the Central Park Gang robbed a mail wagon in Kansas, reaping $3,000 in Liberty bonds. After fleeing, the gang was caught while trying to steal a car in Miami.
And
Oklahoma.
remember, Miami, Oklahoma.
Miami, Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's also a Miami, Texas, except you say it Miami.
Yeah, Miami. I know that.
That is like, you can just imagine being like, we're going on vacation. Spring break is going to be amazing this year.
Miami!
We got tickets to Miami. They were super cheap for some reason. I have no idea why. Oh,
Oklahoma. And then you
It's
show
great.
up, and then it's immediately like, I don't think they have a plantain here.
oh.
Now, interestingly and tragically for Lloyd, Ma Barker did not use the same tactics that had worked for Doc and Herman. Possibly because Lloyd was one of her favorites, Ma lost her head a little bit. She was stern and domineering instead of pitiful and sympathetic. She demanded that her son be let loose because he'd done nothing wrong.
You get him out of there right now. Wow. That is my son.
Whoa.
I made that boy.
Ma, I really enjoy
I have milk for him.
Yeah, I remember when you used to sing for us, but now you're just screaming at him.
I will have my son.
Okay.
Now, this was very much the wrong move because instead of letting him go, the judge moved Lloyd to another jail further away, found him guilty, and sentenced him to 25 years in Leavenworth Penitentiary, where Lloyd shared grounds with Carl Panzram.
Whoa!
Oh my God. So what are you in for?
I rape everything. I will break you on the floor of my dark imagination.
I robbed a jewelry store.
Cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of cute compared to what you did with everyone.
Let's just skip ahead of all the pleasantries and get to the rape.
Oh, yeah.
Now, while he was in prison, and this is why people say, why Henry's making so many mom has sex with the sons jokes. And this is really the only reason why that people have this rumor.
As if he needed a reason to make those jokes, but this is nice to actually give them to give them a home is kind of nice.
People joke about me. People say, oh, Henry, he's crass. I come up with jokes, educated jokes from the source material.
Yes.
This is all written, put together. I'm a master at historical jokes.
You've been in prison for 25 years. You're in solitary confinement right now.
This has all been a fantasy of my deranged mind.
Reportedly, Lloyd wrote letters to his mother in a tone that was described as almost sexual by Detective Harrison Moreland, writing for Master Detective. He was writing for Master Detective magazine. Well, Detective Harrison Moreland was. He said that the tone in the letters was like a sweetheart. Like, you would think that he was writing to his girlfriend and not his mother. And this, of course, led to speculation that Ma Barker had sexual relations with her sons, but only her second and fourth, never her first or third.
Yeah.
Is that a compliment or a diss to the third and first?
The implication is that they would have if she wanted to, but the knowledge comes from the fact that the second and fourth kids were her favorites. But again, no proof here.
It's just a little disgusting.
Yeah, there's
It's
no
kinda
pictures
nice,
of her like sucking her son's dick or anything like that.
Well, it's a different time. You have to bring somebody in. You have the big old cameras and stuff. It's just different.
Rule 34. You don't know what happens out there now. I don't know what kind of content like that is out there now. I'm certain there is some.
Oh no, Ma, what are you doing?
Oh no, Mom, what's happening?
Stop with all that stuff, please, God.
But to wrap up Lloyd's story, he was sentenced to 25 years in prison, did most of the fucking time, was granted parole in 1938, worked as a cook in a prisoner of war camp in Michigan during World War II, and was murdered by his wife in 1949 during a mental break.
Yeah.
She pled not guilty by reason of insanity and died in 1986 at the Colorado State Insane Asylum.
It's really
so
his
he
story
murdered
is
his
interesting.
wife?
No, she murdered him. Like, it's a very interesting
by
story.
his wife.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because it's this crazy end, because he did manage to kind of like go straight and do the shit, and he was the last surviving Barker boy.
And you
said at the end. And so when she shot him, it was a scandal. But it is. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the neighbors, it was like they'd all been, like they were as surprised as they could be as if you said like D.B. Cooper was my next door neighbor. Like they all freaked out. Like, holy shit, a Barker boy was living here this entire time?
They didn't even hear anything. Not even on a full moon, they didn't hear him.
No. A Barker with the barking of the dogs. The dogs barking.
I get it. Sure.
This is a paid ad by BetterHelp. Stigma shows up in a lot of different places. I know I had to explain to my handyman about the devil imagery in my home. I had to explain that in our home, El Diablo es bueno. And he reluctantly agreed. I think largely just because he was in my home and he was scared. But over time, he began to see, the devil can be my amigo. See, even in 2026, stigma can get in the way of a lot of things, right? My handyman almost didn't put up my floating media cabinet, right? You got to get support for your mental health. Maybe you've encouraged friends to consider therapy while avoiding taking the first step yourself because you're busy, worried what others will think, or telling yourself you should handle it alone. No, you need a team. Get therapy with BetterHelp, the world's largest online therapy platform.
Give me a space to slow down and talk through what's building before it feels unmanageable. So let's take a short questionnaire to identify your needs and preferences, and BetterHelp will handle the initial therapist matching work for you. Their industry-leading match rate means BetterHelp typically gets it right the first time. Feel confident knowing BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of ethics and are fully qualified. So don't let hesitation hold you back. Find support with BetterHelp. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/lastpod. That's betterhelp.com/lastpod. It's obvious we love true crime, but it does make us feel a little paranoid about what's out there, as it should. And that's why it's so important to get a home security system that gives you peace of mind. With SimpliSafe, you can stop crimes before they even start using their AI-powered cameras to identify threats on your property and alert US-based live agents to take action. Like arriving in a helicopter in the night, coming down from the helicopter, zipping down and breaking through the windows with their big axes, and going through the house, ripping through the walls, finding the criminals. It's easy to do. SimpliSafe has been a game changer for us. And the best part, there's no long-term contract. We've used it since the very early days of SimpliSafe here at LPN, and it keeps us safe, doesn't it? It keeps all of our thoughts inside the building. Then there's the ones we let out because they have to go out because that's a part of it. But SimpliSafe keeps the other thoughts safe. And for that, we say thank you, SimpliSafe. And we want you to experience the same peace of mind as we, which is why we've partnered with SimpliSafe to offer an exclusive discount to all of our listeners. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/LPOTL. That's half off at simplysafe.com/LPOTL. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. I mean, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
So that's one Barker brother down, 3 to go. Now, up to this point, the Barker boys had committed a lot of crimes, but had never seriously hurt anyone, or at least they had never been charged with hurting anyone. That, however, changed on August 26th, 1921, in the commission of a safe robbery. That night, Doc and his accomplices planned to yeg the safe at the Fuller Construction Company in Tulsa, but they were intercepted by a 68-year-old night watchman named Thomas Sherrill. Without a moment's thought, Doc and his accomplice pulled their pistols and fired, killing Sherrill with a shot to the chest and a shot to the head.
Oh, he already made it to 68, which is like 120 in that era.
Yeah, man.
He had such a good long life. He should have retired at 65.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, man. You know what's funny? I don't necessarily worry about dying as a murder victim. I just worry about dying as a murder victim as an old man. I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
You made it so
I don't
long.
I don't want to make it to 75 and then get murdered.
I really don't. I just or be a part of like some massive, like, the great molasses explosion too. You know what I mean? Where there's a new giant molasses
There's
explosion.
something that actually happened recently. A sugar factory or something.
You're like, I don't want to die in like a fun new thing that OSHA then has to create a bunch of new rules for.
No, I don't want to. It reminds me of that documentary, fantastic documentary, Orion.
Oh, yes.
All about the Elvis
Orion's
impersonator,
wonderful.
the man who took over for Elvis, prolonging the myth that Elvis was still alive, but a fantastic doc.
Saying taking over for Elvis, that's a bit of a stretch.
That's what they wanted him to do.
He stole his persona
He did
from
not
Elvis.
steal this. He did not steal it.
We'll see.
No, check out the doc. Watch the doc again. I watch it every night. Did you watch the doc again? I watch it every night.
You watch it every night?
Oh, I watched it once.
You don't even remember what song you sang in the high school audition that you did for the one musical.
Little toes, there she goes, walking away. Wish she was walking towards me today, but turns out...
Keeps going. His fake song keeps going.
Turns out... Little toes
He doesn't have an ending.
Little toes got to scramble.
Well, it took police months to catch up with Doc Barker, but once they did, even Ma Barker's copious tears could not get her son out of a murder charge. He was found guilty and was subsequently sentenced to life at the Oklahoma State Prison. Now, according to FBI reports that probably aren't true, Ma became obsessed with getting Doc out of jail and was, at the time, working to expand the membership of the Central Park Gang with her 2 remaining sons.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just her and her 2 kids.
Yeah, I don't think that she was trying to expand the gang. I think that she was... I don't think that is a part of this. I think that she just was happy that she had some son still burglarizing things.
Okay.
Yeah. But even if Ma wasn't hatching a master plan, Doc eventually would be released.
Yeah.
He would get out of a life sentence, and it would be sooner rather than later. In the meantime, though, there was still Herman and Ma's youngest and favorite son, little Fred.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, little Freddy.
Fred's cute.
Little Fred. Freddy Freaka.
Yeah.
Freddy Freaka.
Freddy Freaka. Being the youngest, Fred wanted nothing more than to follow in his brother's criminal footsteps. And as such, his criminal career also started in car theft. But Fred's first interaction with the cops got him a bullet in the leg.
Hey, man, you got to learn early.
These guys also got shot a lot.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, too, about all of these gangland types. They all get shot multiple times and just keep coming back.
Seems like you could, at that era, die from a bullet in the leg, infection and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You could. You definitely could. The next year, Fred and 6 other Central Park Gang members robbed another mail truck near, again, Miami, Oklahoma. Soon after, Fred and another outlaw robbed $600 from a group of men playing poker at an auto repair shop in Tulsa. For the poker heist, cops tracked Fred down and shot him in the hand after he surrendered, presumably for talking shit. That's why someone gets shot after they get surrendered.
I imagine, yeah, surely, especially this time period and now.
All right.
Mm-hmm. He was sentenced to 5 years in a reformatory, got released after just 2, and was immediately arrested again for robbing a bank and forging a money order.
He just kept going. They weren't
Give it
good.
a break.
They
Relax.
weren't good. But
Take a breather for a second.
But it's like, I guess, in show business, where you just love it so much you keep coming back, no matter how many times you get rejected.
Yeah, but it's totally different because they're robbing stuff.
I'm saying, sometimes acting feels like highway robbery.
It really does.
It's around this time. I mean, that's the thing. We've been talking about Ma Barker this entire time.
Right.
George Barker is still there.
He's just
in the
hanging
house.
The quiet husband.
The quiet husband is just hanging out, like watching his homicidal kids and his homicidal inclined wife just do all of this shit.
I'm not gonna lie. That is fun. You have your PBRs. You just sit there and like, what you guys working on? Another robbery, huh? Oh,
No,
my
you
family is crazy.
You become Jim Jones's father.
Well, you just sit there and watch everyone kind of have fun. You have chaos all around you.
He hated it. He was overwhelmed with it because he was not a criminal himself. And he was also overwhelmed with his inability to do anything about it because he was very shy. He was very quiet. And his sons were fucking psychopaths.
Put down the Tommy guns. If you would all just, with your robberies, and if everyone could can't we all just sit around the radio and imagine
Shut
Indians?
Up, Dad.
I know it's not yes.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
What is this?
Oh, your dick is out of your pants. I hate this.
You idiot.
I hate this family.
You looked at my dick.
I hate it. I made that dick.
Yeah. Does it look like yours, Dad?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, George just cut his losses. He just packed up and moved to Joplin, Missouri. He's like, I'm fucking done with this.
That's great.
Yeah,
Go to
he's
Joplin.
fine.
I would rather be in Hurricane or Tornado Alley than live in this family.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Ma, it said, was largely indifferent to George's exit because all she really cared about was her boys and what sort of excitement their criminal activity could bring her way.
Oh, yeah.
See, by the time George left, Prohibition, enforced by the Volstead Act, had been in effect for about 6 years.
Boo.
As a result, bootlegging had produced the biggest crime wave America had ever seen, both in terms of people breaking the law by drinking alcohol and in terms of bootleggers committing heinous crimes in the pursuit of selling alcohol.
Sweet, sweet booze, man. Don't ever take it from me. Don't you take it from me, government.
No one's taking it from you.
And while the Barkers never really got into bootlegging, as I said, the resources that the federal government spent enforcing the Volstead Act and in fighting the new scourge of organized crime, that meant that the authorities were stretched extremely thin.
It's almost like something called the war on drugs.
War on drugs.
Where and it didn't do anything. And then they were still corruptly.
Ruined a lot of lives.
It did. It ruined a lot of lives.
Made a lot of money for some people, too.
And then, and including the government as well, selling illegal drugs in order to make money for their black budget, like operations.
Yeah, Big Pharma, thank you for all the death.
So it's in this environment that the Barker boys started committing crimes together, starting with a bank robbery in Washington, Arkansas in December of 19...
That's how it is?
In December of 1925. Remember, I'm from a town called Rochester, Texas. It just happens out there.
And they're always way worse than the original city because Rochester, Texas somehow is worse than Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Nobody there.
Although Miami, Oklahoma, I bet you there's like a dive that's really fun. I bet you can have a good night in Miami, Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's like 500 people there. There's no... You got to have
There's one place that would be fun.
You got to have at least three. That's the rule of Texas. You got to have at least 3,000 people to really support a bar. And even then, it's only going to go for 2 or 3 years before everyone gets too drunk and weird and you have to close it again.
That's so sad. Yeah, it's like a Facebook group.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, in that December 25 robbery, one gang member was shot during the getaway, but the boys still came away with $7,000. Now, they almost got caught when Fred tried exchanging some of the stolen coins for cash in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. But since there was no physical proof connecting Fred to the robbery, he got away once again. By 1926, Herman and Fred began building their gang even larger to pull off even more impressive heists. Along with 6 other Central Park gang members, Herman and Fred stole cash, jewels, and other merchandise totaling $100,000 in just 3 months.
Damn.
That totals in today's value $1.5 million.
Yeah, dog. They're really starting. Now they're starting to like get a hold.
Yeah,
they're trying to
they're getting
catch
good.
on.
Big time money,
trying to figure
man.
out how to do it.
Herman and Fred, using their diminutive size and hoping to avoid complicating violence, gained entry into stores through crawl spaces or by cutting a small hole in the roof and dropping through the ceiling.
It's why Jet Li is crucial. He's crucial in the heist. And you have to remember,
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
That's why and also when it comes down to it, anytime you could put a big hat on them, give them a big lollipop, they're kids.
They're kids. Tom Cruise, absolutely. Mission was possible because he was so tiny.
Oversized pants, like they're walking around in their father's clothes, and they go like, "Man, my mommy with my daddy," and it isn't too
Right.
late until all of a sudden they're like, "Baka, baka, baka, baka," fucking lighting you up with a bunch of Tommy guns.
Fantastic.
The only slip-up was when Herman dropped a hat at one of the crime scenes, which police tracked back to Herman through the store where he bought it. But after a well-placed bribe paid for by those same robberies, Herman was set free after 5 days in jail.
That's what we call capital. And we now understand is that if you use this to foster, because as we'll get to in the second episode, the Barker gang, they paid everybody off as soon as they could. They were job creators.
Honestly, grease the wheels, give the money. You got to. I mean,
No, the Barker gang very quickly failed. Like once Alvin Karpis came into it, they figured out that the way you stay out of jail is by making friends with the establishment.
Makes
you
sense.
get into corruption. That's where the money is.
Corruption.
Oh, yeah.
Not in your petty vandalism.
No.
Absolutely.
Fred, however, was not as lucky as Herman in getting out of these crimes. After being caught with the exact same amount of money as had just been stolen from the furniture and butcher shop, Fred was sentenced to 5 to 10 years at the Kansas State Penitentiary. So at this point, 3 of the 4 Barker boys were in prison. Lloyd and Fred for robbery and Doc for murder. But despite being alone, Herman did not slow down. And if anything, both his robberies and his recklessness increased with the commission of each crime thereafter. Between December 1926 and January 1927, Herman robbed a jewelry store in Oklahoma, robbed a bank on Christmas Eve, robbed another bank on New Year's Eve in Arkansas, and robbed another bank in Jasper, Missouri. And all of this with a new wife named Carol, who seemed to have no problem tagging along.
Again, don't try to change somebody. If you're with somebody, the whole point is to find somebody who's into the things that you're into as well.
Yeah. absolutely. Because they say, "Oh, my crazy matches his crazy."
Yep. And then you have
vice versa.
you wear shirts saying like, "I'm with stupid." And they pointed at each other.
They're both stupid.
Yeah.
They have stupid kids.
Yeah, and then they just keep
Stupid
growing
country.
and they vote.
They can vote
and
stupid.
those stupid kids
And
have
then
more
everyone-
piles of kids and they all vote. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so happy everyone's stupid.
Yeah.
On that last job in Jasper, though, Herman was shot and arrested, but escaped 2 weeks later by slithering up through a skylight in the jail's roof.
Cool.
Wow.
From there, Herman got even more reckless, and in July, things spun completely out of his control. After trying to cash traveler's checks in Wyoming that he'd stolen from a bank in Buffalo, Kansas.
I don't. It's fine.
I'm
It's just
so
we're lazy.
pissed off.
Americans are lazy. For the pioneers,
There has to be so many different names. Name one. Just name it Stew.
the pioneers were lazy. They wanted to go name a new place where they can re-succeed in a place that they failed. They went to Buffalo to try to start a rubber factory. They fucked up, so they moved to Buffalo, and then they moved to Kansas. They made a new Buffalo, so it's like now we're doing rubber.
Absolutely. If you can make it in New York, Idaho, you can make it anywhere.
In Idaho.
Idaho.
Yeah. Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh.
Kansas.
Yeah.
You can do very well in Kansas.
Maybe.
Well, Herman got the cops called on him in Wyoming by a clerk who didn't believe that Herman's real name was R.D. Snodgrass.
That sounds like when I'm making up a name for a bit.
Yeah.
Ruford T. Hamburger.
Yeah. It sounds.
My name is Johnny Carson.
Well, Herman ran, but eventually a deputy named Osborne caught up and pulled him over. When Deputy Osborne went to open Herman's door, though, Herman pulled his .32 caliber revolver and fired twice, then sped off to leave the deputy die on the side of the road. Now, apparently, Herman's wife, Carol, was a little freaked out by this spur-of-the-moment murder.
Right.
But after a brief scuffle, she stuck with him.
There's something about family. There's a lot of Vin Diesel in this story, right?
Yeah.
When these people get together and it's like family. You're
It
gonna
is
get in
like
here.
family,
We're
like
gonna
Olive
be
Garden, yeah.
fucking like we're together. We're in
But-
this together. Like because what it comes
But I
down
don't
to
think
it.
that she knew that was going to happen. Though.
No, absolutely not. But still, then afterwards, well, now he's a murderer, so now I kind of have to stay with him because what if he fucking kills me?
Right.
And then you're kind of locked in. And then, but they all kind of understood him. They created this line where they were like, no, we're not going down. We're not going down ever. And it started very, very early, where it's like they wanted to keep this going, even though it sounds like Robin Banks is a really hard job.
Yeah, I think if you get one, stop.
I guess
That's very lucky.
But for the murder, Herman got a $100 bounty put on his head and became the second Barker boy to take a life. And this, it seemed, was the impetus that sped Herman Barker to his doom. A month after the murder of Officer Osborne, Herman and a couple of outlaws named Charlie Stallcup and Porter Meeks broke into the office of an ice plant. They beat the night watchman half to death and came away with a paltry $200.
names used to be better, man.
Hold on a second. It was they just made ice.
Yeah,
They made
but
ice.
back
Yeah,
in
of
the day.
course. Yeah, this
They
is
just
back in the
made
day
ice.
when. No, well, that's the thing. You needed ice because you had an ice box in your house to keep things cold, and so you had to replace it with a gigantic block of ice like once a
Wow,
week. So
I
you
see
had
enough
to
for an ice
manufacture
plant.
ice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was before we came up with proper refrigeration, where we would just go. And so back in
got
the day,
it.
you used to make those big ice plants. And I honestly, in my mind, I don't know if they'd have a lot of cash on hand.
No, it's ice. It's just
Yeah, it's
water.
ice.
People paid good money for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they paid money for it. It couldn't have been that expensive.
Well, this was not the gang's lucky night in more ways than one, because the night watchman proved to be of sterner stuff than they thought, and he managed to call the police just as the gang was driving away. At 2 a.m., the cops caught up to Herman Barker and his accomplices for a late-night high-speed chase. Yes! Eventually, though, Herman stopped the car in yet another highly reckless move that came with an even more reckless follow-up plan. When the two officers chasing Herman got close to the car, Herman reached out the window and grabbed one of them by the collar. He then pulled the cop close and shot the officer twice in the face.
Dude, that's how I used to play fucking Halo, dude. Up close and fucking personal, dude.
It's just
Get
like
up
that.
fucking close and personal,
It's
man.
just like you and your underwear super stoned playing a video
Yeah,
game.
bro.
It's just like that.
Well, the other officer then opened fire, hitting Herman and Charlie Stallcup while Porter Meeks broke and ran.
You guys are crazy. You guys are
Get the fuck
crazy.
out of there, man.
Herman got hit in the chest while Charlie got shot in both of his thighs, his right arm, and his right hand. That other cop was a fucking good shot.
That's a good-ass shot.
Yeah. Well, driving away erratically because of the blood loss, Herman eventually lost control and hit a tree near an all-night hamburger stand.
What would I do to be a hamburger right now?
That'd be nice.
He got out of the car, but rather than being taken back to prison, Herman Barker took his revolver and shot himself in the head at the age of 33.
Damn.
Outside of the hamburger stand?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, some people just sitting there with their milkshakes just being like, man, that's fucking crazy. Ooh, this is good.
It's crazy night at the hamburger stand, huh?
You know
Also, why are we here at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Just having fun, just getting out here. Oh, we've been robbing the hamburger stand all night. And then I realized when it came down, I'd actually rather make a hamburger and some milkshakes for you and my friend.
Right.
Now, no city official in Oklahoma would allow the body to be buried in their state at first. But eventually, the Barker family lawyer, a Cherokee named Quanah Parker McGee, negotiated a plot for Herman in Welch, Oklahoma.
Oh.
Interestingly, Carol, Herman's wife, had to attend the burial in secret, and not just because she was still wanted by authorities in connection with Herman's first murder. Who she reportedly was more afraid of was Ma Barker, who had threatened Carol with bodily harm because Ma believed that it was Carol, not Herman, who had shot Officer Osborne with the revolver.
My boy would never do something like that, even though he's had a whole life of criminality.
Yeah, it seems exactly what your boy would do, Ma.
No.
Yes. No, yes.
It's what women do.
Always
Women
betray.
shoot police officers.
Women always betray.
How can you be right and wrong?
I'm a mother, not a woman.
I see.
So at this point, the Barker crime family seemed to be at an end before it even began. Lloyd Barker was in prison for the next 25 years, out of the game. Herman Barker was, of course, dead. Doc was in prison for murder in Oklahoma, and Fred was in Leavenworth, doing 5 to 10. But it's at Leavenworth that Fred Barker met the special sauce that the Barker gang needed this whole time, the brains to go along with the guts. This man was Alvin Old Creepy Karpis. And that's where we'll pick back up for part 2 with some of the most daring and deadly bank robberies of the 1920s.
Wow. So it seems like they're starting off a little bit behind the 8 ball here. They're all incarcerated. One is dead. Ma doesn't know what's going on. She's alone. She's twiddling her own bean.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. This story is going to get absolutely insane. It already has been.
What I do love about the story is, again, this is the American criminality that, because we'll see.
Quilt.
People just get obsessed with these stories, too, during the time period. It will
I
never
believe
be
it,
again.
man, because can you imagine, thank God we're not them. But also, it's just crazy to hear about.
I actually really think it's fascinating in the time period that the idea of there being famous criminals, adopted from the Old West mentality, this idea that these gunmen were something that people were all interested in, and they would talk to the press and they would jive back and forth. It was a very interesting time period.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite criminal? John Dillinger or Pretty Boy Floyd? That type of those types, and there's children having those conversations too. It's fucking insane.
And then again, every time, how many times were we asked that question in 2018? Why true crime now? And it's just being no, why true crime always?
Always and forever.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for listening. We can't wait to see y'all in Texas this weekend. I'll tell you one thing. Austin was a gosh darn hoot.
Oh, are you saying that you better? Oh, we know that for certain.
Remember that one time, Marcus, where you did that thing on stage in Austin? And Henry, you did that other thing on stage in Austin.
Do you remember when we human centipeded each other and Kissel was in the middle?
No, I would be in the
you have to be the middle because of corners.
Yeah, corners.
God, that's the worst position.
Actually, no, that's the thing. Him being in the middle actually makes the corners harder.
Yeah,
we're not going to be able to.
Henry
has to be in the middle.
He has the most turning radius.
No, you have the most turning radius.
No, I don't.
Look
at how much. Look at how I can turn.
The accordion that's on a double bus. The accordion in the middle. No, you don't even know.
Yeah, that's the thing. The accordion in the middle, and also think about a semi. You don't put the fucking trailer in front, do you? No, you put it in the back. And then
I'm not the trailer. Kissel's obviously the trailer.
I want to be Dr. Dieter Laser.
Yes, you're trying to cash yourself out of this.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting everything we're up to over here. We hope you're doing well out there. Can't wait in February. Just another reminder, we will be going wide, so you can get it on Pod
You
Nut.
can get it on Pod
whatever
Nut.
the
You can
fuck
get it on
stuff on.
Sound Basket, whatever your podcast bullshit is.
Whatever
also,
you
but
wanna do.
We'll end on Spotify. We'll continue to be on Spotify. We are mostly going to be on Stitcher. We're going to be everywhere.
We're gonna be everywhere.
So that's
Everywhere,
where we're
everywhere you want. We're everywhere you want to be, baby.
Nothing's
Just
changing
like
with
the
the
Barker
Patreon.
gang.
Everything's exactly the same. It's an incredible deal. Everybody's happy. We're ready
You're
to crush
good.
it.
Who are you trying to convince?
Me. I'm
There we
That's
go.
me. No, honestly, I feel great.
All right.
Oh, and don't forget, Soul Plumber number 4 is out there. It's out there and ready to be bought. And a lot of comic book stores definitely have copies. Like they reordered number 1 and they got all 4 copies. In fact, here in Greenpoint, if you want to go to Action City Comics, I know Eric out there has all the issues. If you're a New York City denizen and you're looking to catch up on Soul Plumber,
Get those motherfuckers.
Fantastic.
Action City Comics out in Greenpoint, great place.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Oh, hell, again.
Magustalations, everybody. Take care of yourself out there.
Hey, can you heal me, huh? Come on.
Hail you.
So come over here. And, I heard it was bad if you can't feel your pulse in your ankles.
It's bad. It's diabetic. It's
But I can feel it. No, but I
pre-diabetes.
can feel it. I
Okay.
checked. So check it.
Oh, good.
You should check it at home.
Yeah.
try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of a random.
Yeah, I was
health
just thinking about it.
Just random health advice.
I was
damn
just
it.
thinking about it. I'm scared.
Okay. Yeah,
But
check,
I'm fine, though. I'm feeling it. I can feel the bumps.
check your ankles.
Yep.
Check, and let us know what you think about them.
Yes, no. Yep, it's bumping.
Great.
I'm feeling it.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. I mean, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Hey, listeners. Marcus, Ed, and Henry here. It's a little bit of an announcement.
You loving all the episodes of Last Podcast on the Left lately? Well, listen, now you can get even more from us.
Squeeze it out of us. If you want to hear new episodes ad-free and unlock access to Last Podcast on the Left 7 days early, subscribe to SiriusXM Podcast Plus on Apple Podcasts or visit SiriusXM.com/Podcast Plus to start your free trial today. Do it.